Hi all, welcome to Geneso IT Trainings. My name is Sagar. In this video, I'll be explaining about apt or em command. Before I do that, I would request everybody to subscribe my channel. Thank you. So in this video, we'll understand what this apt and em command is going to do. These are basically a basic commands which every single person must be aware of whenever you're trying to work on a Linux operating system. So these commands will help us to install a particular software, or it will help us to remove a particular software, or it will help us to update a existing software, or it is going to help you to update the entire operating system itself. So with the help of this command, apt or em command, we will be able to install or remove or update required software on the servers. So when to use apt and when to use em, that's one thing very important we got to be aware of. Whenever we are trying to work on Red Hat based Linux distributions, we will be using em. And whenever we are trying to use Debian based Linux distributions, we use apt. And I'm very sure Debian based in the sense Ubuntu is one of the operating systems which comes under the Debian based operating system. And Red Hat, it's very popular, so it has been extensively used in the companies, and in the real time you will keep coming across companies using Red Hat based Linux distribution. So whenever you're working on Red Hat Linux, so please use em, and whenever you're working on Ubuntu or Debian based Linux distributions, we'll be using apt. So and rest everything, it is going to be same, and there is no much difference between the em and apt. Only depending on the Linux distribution we'll be making use of it. So let us try to install certain applications or softwares onto a Linux server. Let me launch my Linux machine. It's already launched. Let me open it, and we will try to look into these commands practically. So let me show you what this particular apt install tree command is going to do. So let me log into this is my Linux server. So whenever you're trying to install any software or package or an application, you got to remember that whenever you're working as a normal or a regular user, you'll not be able to install the application. So you have to ensure that you become a sudo user, or we can simply type sudo super user, or simply type sudo right before executing the command, so that you can install the application with the regular user, or it's always a good practice to become a root user, or simply use sudo before the command and try to install the package. So let's see here, apt install tree. So I'm trying to install this particular application called as tree, and press enter. So this is how it is installing the tree package. Tree package is going to get installed inside this Linux distribution. So what exactly this tree package is all about? As we're trying to install this tree software, I would definitely expect everyone to be aware of what exactly this tree package is all about. Suppose let's look at ls here. We have certain files and directories inside this particular folder. And where are we currently? pwd. We are inside home and Ubuntu directory. And inside this Ubuntu directory, we have directory 1, and we have certain files inside this. So in order to list all these list of files and directories in a specific tree format, we can make use of this particular software called as tree. So after installing this tree software, simply you just type, I have just cleared the screen, tree and dot. So dot represents the current folder, and in the current folder, whatever list of files and directories are available, we are trying to display it in the form of a tree structure. So and press enter. See, look at this. It actually shows the list of files and directories inside the tree format. So this is simply like, this is a directory, and under this directory there are two files, f1 and f2, and this is the dot represents the current directory. Under the current directory we have directory 1, and we have some files called as file.txt, file1, file1.txt, file2, file2.txt, file200. So something like this, this is the format, this is a specific tree format it is going to display. So this is one of the reasons we use this particular command tree, and before using that, we have to ensure that this tree software is being installed on this particular Linux machine. So after installing it, then we'll be able to make use of this command. or simply we can make use of tree and let's say uh, slash root. We are trying to understand what are the files that are available inside the slash root. So before doing that, because as this is, let's look at it. It says error opening dir because slash root is nothing but root user's home directory. So Ubuntu is a normal user, whereas root is nothing but a super user. It's an administrator user, and normal user will not be entertained to open the root user files. So in order to view them, let's become root user, sudo space -i and tree and slash root. You can specify the root whatever directory we would like to check, and press enter here. So look at this. It is actually displaying in the form of a tree structure. We have directory 1, directory 100, directory. See, inside directory 100 we have directory 200. Inside directory 200 we have directory 300. Inside directory 300 we have file 100. So this is the usage of tree software or an application. We have just installed it on this Linux server. So let us open this slide and let us install one of the. Let me show you how to install a Maven. Maven is a build tool. Some of you might be aware of it, some of you might not be aware of it, and it's not definitely not necessary for you to understand what Maven does and what it is all about. But we'll try to understand how this command works while installing the Maven. So let me install Maven. So in order to install it, simply type apt install Maven. If it is a Red Hat, yum install Maven. So let's try doing it. Apt install Maven. So as I'm inside the root user, I'm simply using apt install Maven and press enter. The moment you press enter, it is going to ask you, do you want to continue? See, if you don't want this option to be available and you want it to be automatically installing this particular application, see, it is prompting us, do you want to continue? And we will type yes, Y here, and so that it installs. What if we don't want this? We don't want this to be asked at the time of installation of any software. Then what we can do is we can make use of a command something like this, apt install maven -y. So we are trying to pass on the parameter yes parameter at the time of typing the command itself. So if you pass on this -y, it will not ask you this prompt. If you don't pass on it, it will ask you this prompt where we have to type it manually y and say yes. So the moment we say yes, it starts installation of this particular package called as Maven. And yeah, it's 90%, it's installing. So some of the packages might be little huge in the size, so it might take some time to installation. Yeah, it's 100%, it's done, and it's progressing. And we will see what as this installation proceeds. Yeah, we'll be installing one more package called as Unzip, and I'm very sure you all know what is Unzip. So in order to zip any files or a directory, and in order to unzip something, you'll be using this particular software and you'll be installing it. So let us try installing the Unzip software with the help of a -y command, so that it will not ask you any prompt in between. So apt install Unzip. So now the Maven is completed. So in order to understand whether the Maven is completed and to check Maven version, we have a command called as mvn-v. So which is nothing but it is going to check the Maven version, whatever Maven we have installed, and that version will be displayed on the screen, mvn-v. So we have installed Apache Maven 3.6.3, and Maven home directory is user, share, and Maven. So some information has been displayed here because Maven has been installed on this particular server. Let's look into installation of Unzip. So let us try installing Unzip. Sorry, we clear the screen. Apt install Unzip -y and press enter. So it automatically installs this Unzip on this particular Linux machine. So we have just installed Unzip on this machine, and in order to update your Linux server, simply use apt update command, apt update command, and this is never a good practice to do it in the real time, and until or unless you do not have you don't take permissions from your senior officials, never ever use this command and start typing this command on your servers. So because this is, if the internet is provided, it might update the existing packages, and there might be some applications running running, and they might not be dependent on the later versions of the updated packages. So it's always a good practice not to update your servers, but for your practice it is a good practice. For your practice sessions it is a good practice to update your server, but in real time definitely take the permissions or approvals from your senior officials, then use this command apt update or yum update. And we do have finally, let us understand how to remove unzip actually, and or we'll try to remove Maven, whatever we have just installed. You can simply remove this package by typing the command apt remove and Maven. That's how you'll be uninstalling the software that you have recently installed. So before doing that, let us look into the Maven version mvn-v. Because this Maven is installed on this Linux server, we were able to view the version of this Maven. What if I remove it? Apt remove Maven and -y and press enter. The moment I do it, it will be removing the Maven here. It is trying to remove the Maven. Once it is removed, let me check if the Maven version is still available or not. mvn-v. It says it's not available because this particular command is not available anywhere. So this shows that the Maven version is not available here on this particular Linux. So in order to use this mvn command, what we have to do is we have to again install the Maven with the help of apt install Maven-y. So this is all about a simple topic or understanding of apt or yum commands, which is used to install or remove or update the required softwares. And yum is used, very important, yum is used in the Red Hat based Linux distributions, and apt is being used inside the Debian based like Ubuntu. So please ensure that what operating system you are working on with. In order to check what operating system you are working on with, you have a command. Cat is a command which will help us to list the file etc /os-release. So if you can really look into this file, it will definitely say what operating system you are working on with, and press enter. So look at this. We are currently using Ubuntu operating system. So if you use the same command in Red Hat, it will definitely show you it is a Red Hat based Linux operating system. So accordingly, you use the commands, either it could be apt or it could be yum. So this is all about this command apt and yum. So I hope I made it very clear for you what is apt and yum command. And thank you for watching this video, and please do subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.